This is neat,
I'm Rocks.
and this is the director's cut of a very special episode. Happy Halloween, happy Thanksgiving, and all that good stuff.
When I said my name, I was pointing, and I wasn't pointing because we're looking at the old ones. So,
So we had a snafu with our audio, so we're basically recording this to kind of make it, as a Halloween thing. Like these are some drinks for the season for Halloween for Thanksgiving. Involves apple cider, maple syrup, cinnamon, that kind of stuff.
we
And
were stripped on that episode before, and I just took my shirt off.
oh jeez.
You don't get to see it because you haven't subscribed.
This is the director's cut, so you don't get to see. We're just talking. We're just saying things. But yeah, no, this is just a cool little episode with how to make some cocktails that you might want to make for any parties you may be throwing around the holiday season. And yeah, I apologize. Our voices and the audio will not match up with what you're seeing on screen because again, this is a director's cut style kind of video.
I'm sort of watching me to see. Look, I'm talking right there in the video, so it kind of looks like I'm talking. Here's my hand
Yeah.
moving around right here, and I look like I'm saying a piece, a little bit of something,
Yeah.
and then
So
you
this
look
is
like you're.
so essentially what we've got here. I've got in my hand some Woodford orange bitters, which is part of one of the cocktails, and we've got some lemon juice. There is some apple cider that was boiled down to half of its volume with some cinnamon sticks in there. There is actual apple cider. There is maple syrup. There are cinnamon sticks, and then there are glasses with rocks in them because we have not today.
Oh, okay.
Uh, he's been drinking out of a glass all day, so he's quite inebriated.
Good job. You're talking, you're looking at it and going, "That's the bitters, and we're doing this and that."
I'm trying. I'm trying to make sure that they actually have the information from this, so they can, it's different for sure.
It's awesome.
And we're also going to be using for these cocktails. We're going to be using the bullet orange label. So that's something. We've got two different types of maple syrup. One of them was actually aged in like a bourbon barrel, which I don't think we actually used because it's like putting a hat on a hat kind of thing. And yeah, this is we're about to get into it. We also have some blackberries out there because one of them is like you have to muddle blackberries for the cocktail. We also have our smoking apparatus out there because we are going to be using it to make one of the spooky cocktails. It's a little smoky. If you want to, again, it's not something that it's more of a kitsch thing. It doesn't really change the flavor all that much. We did try and put a like some of the sage that we have out. Smoke that with the what is that? The
The
lighter?
smoker.
The actual flame.
I know what you're talking about.
So
I don't know that
the
what's the
lighter, the
name for it?
butane torch.
There you go.
We tried to smoke that under the glass. Didn't really work out so well. Rex was very very scared the entire time that the granite countertop was going to catch fire. Apparently, he is unfamiliar that stone is not something that is flammable. Uh,
No.
so what we've done so far is we've added some bourbon to a glass. We've added a couple of orange bitters. I believe we are going to be adding the maple syrup, if this is the correct cocktail.
Your voice raised because you said
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't really watching. I was trying to make sure your shenanigans weren't affecting everything.
oh, fine.
He says he's fine, but we don't know. Okay, and then we're gonna add the yeah. This is the first cocktail, which I think was his favorite and my favorite too. You get the apple cider, you get the orange bitters, you get the bourbon, you get the maple syrup, um, and it's real smooth. It cuts the alcohol percentage. You throw in like a cinnamon stick, call it good. Also, there's a recipe out there for apple pie moonshine that requires cinnamon sticks. So if you're gonna buy some cinnamon sticks, by all means, make sure you can use them for lots of different things, like the apple pie moonshine, which is delicious. But it's not on this actual episode. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the first cocktail, and again, it's about a tablespoon of maple syrup. It is a shot of your favorite bourbon that you like to mix, and some apple cider with some orange bitters, which we use the Woodford Reserve orange bitters, and a little bit of, a cinnamon stick.
I remember thinking all these were very tasty either way. Like
Yes,
they
both
were
of them are
very
very
good.
good. And yeah, you just kind of mix in that cinnamon stick a little bit. It's more of a garnish than anything. I don't really think it changes the flavor all that much because it's a whole stick of cinnamon. Please do not eat the cinnamon stick because that's a bad. It's more for just show.
Oh
But
Lord.
yeah, uh, definitely fun, definitely good time. And this one, I tried it out with a friend of mine the night before we recorded this episode, and her and I we actually used we changed it up a little bit. She turned it into a what the hell's that? Margarita, where she instead of using bourbon used tequila and did a freshly squeezed lime juice, and then we did not add the bitters. We just did the cinnamon, the apple cider, and yeah, no, it actually turned out very good. It was like an apple cider margarita, and it was delicious.
Does sound tasty.
This is actually this is the original cocktail, and we just kind of spun it off from that. And thank you very much because that margarita still, I still think about it.
You still have the thoughts of the margarita?
I do, I do.
That one
Uh,
margarita. Oh my God.
yeah, no, I've got more apple cider, so we'll probably be drinking some of that while you're listening to us. Um, but and here we've just tried it, and I'm pretty sure Rox is saying something to the effect of like he really thinks that's very tasty. It's very good. Um, and you can mix and match it and add, subtract things until it tastes right to you, until it tastes good to you. I know that when I tried it with my friend the night before, she also added some ginger beer, and eventually there was just this thing where it tasted nothing except for the ginger beer because there's too much ginger beer. But she's also not a fan of the brown alcohols because on her 21st birthday, I got her really drunk,
Well, that was nice of you.
and yeah, she's
How
never been the
sweet of
same,
you.
never been the same since.
Right? Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. But aside from that, yeah, no, this is of the two cocktails. I think this one was our favorite. So if all you need is one cocktail, this is the one you want. Go from there, and you can stop watching now.
Yeah, I think the first it's the first one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
hmm
think the first one was my favorite for sure.
And
If I'm
the second one actually required a lot more work because you had to pre-boil apple cider with cinnamon down to half its volume.
That's way too much
So
work.
if you take a look at and you see that mason jar on screen, that is basically the apple cider syrup because it's been boiled down to half of its volume. And I did that again a couple days beforehand so that it could be cool while we were making the thing and it didn't melt the ice and make the whole like a hot toddy kind of deal.
You had to
Um,
prep this drink a
Not
couple days
yes,
beforehand.
yeah, exactly. So
That's
there's
why I don't do this.
right, and then there was also the fact that you have to muddle the blackberries and
Oh
get the
my,
blackberry juice and stuff like
muddled.
that. And then you got to strain it if you're going to do it right. In this video, I didn't actually strain the blackberries, but the night before when we did it, I did we did strain the blackberries, which was a massive pain in the ass with the shaker. So we ended up using a like a sieve. What are those things? Like a pasta strainer, but with like
Right,
smaller
right.
holes.
Yeah, no, it's sifter of some sort, like a
Strainer.
strainer.
We'll
Yeah,
we'll
because
call it
you're
strainer.
holding
Yeah.
it over the thing as you pour
Right.
it, and yeah,
So
strainer.
yeah,
Sifter
because
strainer.
the little seeds in the blackberries were getting in the way of the holes, so you couldn't actually get any liquid out. It was really just a giant pain in the ass.
A sift drainer.
A pasta strainer, yeah. But no, this was definitely good. Highly suggest making this one. And again, this is tablespoon maple syrup, shot of your favorite bourbon, a couple orange bitters, and then apple cider to taste. And there you go. And then you throw in the garnish of the cinnamon stick, and you're good to go. And that is like a knockoff apple cider old fashioned, I guess is what you could call it, because you got the sugar from the apple cider, you got the sugar from the maple syrup.
That's a good name.
Um,
Apple cider old fashioned.
yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds yummy. Just saying.
essentially. So you're instead of adding sugar to an old fashioned, you're adding these things in place of sugar because they are both heavily loaded in sugars. Um,
Fair enough.
was the first cocktail. This is the second cocktail for your holidays. You find some blackberries. You able to do this, and again, this is the one that requires the most prep. This is the more pain in the ass one to make. But it's if you can get it done right, and I actually think we did end up liking this one because of the blackberry. but you also have to strain
Oh,
the
it was
blackberry.
seedy.
Yeah, because I didn't strain it.
Unless
I
they
was
were
lazy and I
there.
just said no. Okay. But yeah, no, this is definitely a little bit longer, and I had to go grab something.
It was a seedy place we were in.
I don't remember what I'm grabbing.
I'm not sure either, but there I am. Look at me. It's almost like I'm yeah, I
Mm,
don't know what I'm trying to.
he's actually right now he's singing "Land Down Under"
Maybe
from.
I'm laying down under.
Yeah, yeah, little Toto, or yeah, little Africa maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
One of those continents on the southern hemisphere.
absolutely.
But so what? Oh, I know what I'm grabbing now is the torch.
Oh, it's time to burn stuff,
We gotta burn some stuff. That's how we roll. Always burning, never not working.
right?
Thanks, Head and Shoulders.
Oh my God. Does Head and Shoulders still exist?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they actually like are like sponsor of a lot of different podcast stuff where they're never not working.
Oh,
Yeah, it's their new logo, slogan, what have you.
oh my God, Head and Shoulders. Look,
Hmm.
I've been bald for like 20 years. Like I haven't used shampoo or conditioner, and I don't even know how long.
You have a beard. You should be conditioning your
I
beard.
okay, I put some conditioner in my beard. I'll give you that.
Jeez,
But I don't buy it. I just use like a drop of whatever my wife has. That's conditioner. Like I use like the size of a pea in my hand and just rub it in there so it's not too scraggly or dry.
outstanding.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that
I
day.
don't buy Head and Shoulders
You
'cause-
should. It's good stuff.
but it'll last me till I die. Like if I buy
That's
one
fine. You
bottle,
just need one bottle then.
that's
That's all. It's never not working.
well, that's fair enough. All
Head
right.
and Shoulders is not a spot. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Oh, like we're all moving up,
I
standing.
dropped the blackberries.
Wait, why are you dropping
Oh,
shit?
I
I
don't know,
know,
man.
like,
I think we were gonna play some Simon Says. I'm
oh,
not sure.
all right.
Um,
There's no way we should ever do this unless we've been drinking
oh,
first. Because
absolutely.
how boring would this be if we are like, where
Okay, so we're setting the cinnamon on fire to try and do this smoky portion of
he's
the
gonna burn the counter. There it is. He's
and
burning.
he's very, very upset
I
that
don't
the
want to burn
flame
your
on the
counter. And look at you,
countertop.
and you
But
burn the counter and then keep it in the cup,
I'm trying to get the smoke. You can see it's starting to like get some like condensation or something in there, but
right?
it's really not the amount of smoke I was hoping for. So I think we had to burn some sage in there too. But I'm not a big fan of sage unless it's in like stuffing. But this
Oh
one
my God.
required so many ingredients. This is the far more expensive cocktail to produce because again, you
You went
are
above and beyond in this
you are
episode. Let's just say
boiling
that.
apple cider with cinnamon down to half its volume. You are
Jeez.
essentially, if you want to do the smoky version, you have to get sage and cinnamon sticks that you are going to burn in an upside down glass. And then you were supposed to muddle the blackberries that you had to purchase, which are not inexpensive, along with some sage so that you can get both those flavor profiles into your drink. And then once you've muddled those, you put those into a shaker, which I did not have with me because I was lazy and didn't get all my shit around. Because this was already a very, very in-depth cocktail, and I was just tired at this point. Um, but yeah, you can see me muddling with like this tiny ass little kitchen like mortar and pestle that we have just hanging around because I was trying to be somewhat, you know, on point with it, but also didn't care enough to actually get my bar tools out. Um, so
Shitting yourself. What is terrific.
like it's kind of funny. Like I'm this big guy and I got this tiny ass little like muddle like mortar and pestle. Like gotta make sure the berries are getting the juice. And see, I'm just pouring it in on top. I'm not straining it. This is all supposed to go in a shaker that you can strain. So make sure you're making that, distinction when you're doing it. And then you're supposed to muddle
Oh
the.
God.
This was so small, I didn't have enough space to muddle the sage with the blackberries. So I'm just gonna throw that in under the cup, which is now smoke free because there wasn't enough smoke.
You like smoking your whiskey, right?
No,
There, yeah, all right
not even a
then.
little bit. So yeah, I'm just burning
Nice tangent to go on.
burning some stuff and it's trying to do the burning. I'm trying to trogdor the shit out of this with burninating.
You're trying to do what to it?
You ever heard of trogdor the burninator?
I don't know. I don't know of this person.
For those of you who are born in the 90s, early
Born in the 90s.
late 80s or early 90s, you may recall Homestar Runner, which was one of the OG websites and around the late 90 2000 era. Strong Bad and his emails and such.
I stopped listening.
That's fair.
So yeah,
But there was Frogware the Burninator. You can Google it. It's a
Nader.
great little video from like back when Flash used to be a thing. Not the superhero, like Flash, like Flash animation.
Well, he knew right where I was headed with that. I was like, wait, Flash was part of this? Wait,
Not even a
is
little
this
bit.
the DC thing?
It was
Like,
a Flashpoint.
that's
Yeah.
right. Jesus. But which Flash? Is it Grant
Um,
Gustin or is it the guy who's such a pain in the ass? What's his name again? His real name?
Ezra.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. Yeah. No, this is more the.
But I liked him playing the part. Like he was kind of funny in the
Yeah,
parts where he had to be funny.
that's true. Um,
You know what else is funny? And you can keep talking about your drinks and over talk, and it's fine.
yeah.
But like in that whole thing, like in the movie where the Flash has the dad in the prison, right? That guy is also the guy who played Mr. Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen movie. He was Dr. Manhattan. He was
So
absolutely.
that's the CW Flash has his dad in the prison.
No, so does the movie one. They were the Justice League.
Oh,
He
did
went in
he?
and saw him in the
No.
Justice League, and then at the end of the Justice League, he's like he holds up this piece of paper because he got a job in the Justice Department or whatever. Flash did. You didn't watch the Justice? I mean, it was
No,
shitty, but
no,
you
I
didn't watch
didn't.
either version of it.
No,
Oh, well, it was oh, he's famous. I'll think of him, but he was the guy who played Doctor Manhattan in the
I did
Watchmen
enjoy The
movie.
Watchmen.
Um,
Okay, so you put about a tablespoon of lemon juice in after you've muddled your sage and your blackberries. And this is, again, all supposed to go into a shaker so that you can strain it. I didn't do that because I am pathetic as a human being. Um, no, do you know how many different Flashes there are? There's Barry Allen, then there's Wally West, and there's
I
Jesse
haven't met
Quick.
any of them.
Oh man,
Any of
there's
them.
all sort Jay Garrick.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right. Well, there's 100 different Supermans, right? Because there's
I mean, they're all Clark Kent.
right, but I mean,
There was the Death of Superman arc, which if you guys haven't found it, there is how YouTube video. It's about 15 to 20 minutes long, and it's how the Death of Superman ruined comic books, and it's got like a lot. Elijah, what the hell's his name? The guy who played the Hobbit, Elijah Wood.
would
It's got him in it as like one of the like characters who play things. It's basically kind of like this episode where there's a guy talking about how the Death of Superman ruined comics, and then they have all these like very well-known actors playing out what he's saying. It's actually kind of fun. Go watch it, check it out. It's a fun time. So we've got our lemon juice, we've got our berries, we've got some orange, we've got what else we got? Some sage that we've muddled, or we're smoking the glass with the sage and the cinnamon. We're going to add the bourbon now. There it is. Right there, a little bit. Just eyeballing it because I'm a terrible human being and didn't do this officially.
that is what means you're a terrible human being
Yeah,
that you didn't do
I
this
didn't do it
efficiently.
right. Didn't do it right.
That's it. You're going straight to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It's an Ace Ventura quote.
It's or Monopoly
I
for
know.
Christ's sakes. Jesus.
All right, and then we're going to add in the apple cider just a little bit.
I like apple cider.
And this is more of a blackberry kind of autumn drink. Not really sure how what to call this one because it's like an old fashioned because you're adding the bitters and such and the lemon juice.
To be clear, you're a very good bartender.
But there's not a sugar substance other than the berries in this really. So this is not going to be as sweet. So if you don't like things as sweet, this is probably more up your alley than the first one because that was nothing but sugar and bourbon. Whereas this is like a splash of apple cider, some berries, and then everything else is alcohol or the lemon. This I think I screwed this one up, and we tasted too much lemon.
Fair enough. All
So I
right.
think if we had put less lemon in this one, it probably would have tasted better. I do believe we end up adding some more apple cider to it.
Fair
Don't
enough.
quote me, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm
And
quoting. I'm telling everybody.
we're
The
trying to
same.
smoke that. We do have rocks cubes because with cocktails you are supposed to have them on ice.
Right.
But yeah, so you can see like we're kind of like this is not working according to plan at all. It's a little bit smoky in that glass, but nothing special. And essentially, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip that over and dump his cocktail in there because he's the smoke guy.
Yeah.
Um, he likes it smoky.
I
Uh,
like the smoke on the water. That makes me. I've had a couple. A couple scotches I liked. They
Okay,
were
okay.
mellow back then. I mean, even the ones I liked back then that we have talked about and did some episodes way back when,
Yeah.
they were all like 80 proofs, and it's just like, damn, I don't know that I've ever gotten into anything Scotch or smoky at all that wasn't 80 proof, which immediately makes me think, well, like,
So that was fun. You got to see a little poof of smoke come out of the glass, and then I just switched it over into that glass and hopefully trapped some of the smoke, but very doubtful.
then like a poof.
Yeah, that was weird to say. It
Well,
was weird to
I'm
hear.
just saying. You got very elaborate with this episode too. These
This
aren't
is
just you're like you have to start this 2 days early before you can even do
a
this.
day early, let's be fair. But to be fair, these are cocktails you can use all season long, not just Halloween. You can do these for your Thanksgiving parties if you're having family over, friends over, what have you. Friendsgiving, I know a lot of
Final
people do that.
Independence Day gifts.
No, absolutely not.
He's all year long, so
I said all season long.
oh,
Valentine's Day is not this season. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
it's cold season, so as
So
far as
some people call it cuffing season. I don't know.
yeah.
So we're gonna try and re-smoke his with the
I
cinnamon
look like a Japanese drink because of that.
because of the smoker. That's
Yeah,
we're gonna try and get the smoke to go into the drink instead of trying to raise the smoke.
we're not gonna try to inhale it.
No.
All right.
But yeah, you're just gonna stir that up. And again, I'm pretty sure that I screwed this up because I added too much lemon and not enough apple cider. Uh, yeah, enjoy your spinning.
Yeah,
Just
here. Let me just stir that for you.
fun
Hold
bar
on.
because I didn't have the shaker or anything on hand, and I was trying to mix things. Just what do you want from me? I was just trying to do stuff.
You should say what
Yeah,
I'm
a little more
thinking, and I
bourbon.
should say what you're thinking while we're watching this. Okay, Jesus Christ, I gotta pour more in here because he won't do it the way I want him to do it. That's what you're thinking.
I need to be drinking.
He's like, right, you're right. He's like, he keeps talking over me. I'm trying to explain these recipes, and he keeps talking over me.
So I added more apple cider because I was pretty sure that I screwed the pooch on the apple cider there. Yep, yep, that's a thing I did. So I'm
So fucking
actually right here. I think I'm kind of waiting. Nope, I'm gonna do it first because it's monkey see, monkey do. I want him to taste it much like I would, a
I'm
monkey
like,
would taste
oh,
it.
I'm chewing it. Ah,
Yeah, no, he's not enjoying that.
that look.
Not liking that.
I think I don't know. I think I liked it. I think it just had seeds and
There's lots of
like a
seeds,
lot
yeah,
of different
and lemon, but
textures in my
yeah,
mouth. So
right here
no,
he's
no,
like,
you
that's a lot of seed.
like this is a drink, right? Why am I chewing
Am I
my
eating?
drink?
Yeah, yes. I'm pretty sure the word chewing came out of your mouth right about there.
Oh my
And
god.
again, strain it if you're going to serve this in a real, like, actual setting, not just doing it as a recipe for people to know.
Chew it up and eat it. It looks good. It's
I
still
like
tasty.
blackberries. They're fine.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, for
Good.
sure.
Very good.
Oh my god.
So
But for what you went through for this, you ordered this at a bar. You're gonna pay like $35.
it's a lot of work.
But it was good. I remember
It was
we
definitely
wouldn't be
good.
doing this part of it if it
Right.
wasn't good.
It's
Like,
definitely something you should try. Enjoy. And okay, yeah, see the smoke getting added to his cup.
there you go. I
Oh,
like it.
it's starting to sink down. There it goes. Oh, look at all that smoke on the water.
I know, right?
It's
That's true.
and that's the spooky version for like the Halloween if you want. Like that's and now
Mhm,
there's just smoke
mhm.
coming out of everything.
Yeah, it looks like it's incense burning or
But yeah,
something.
no, it smelled like cinnamon. It was fine.
That's awesome.
But if you look at that glass, that's definitely and now we're gonna take this off and boom, Halloweeny. Look at that.
And it kind of holds in the glass. It
It's just
doesn't
there
just
because
immediately
it's
come
heavier than
out.
the air. Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go. There you have it. That's the smoky cocktail for
I
you if you
don't
want.
remember which one I liked the most, but that's really
I'm
cool visual.
I'm relatively confident once you tried it after the smoke, you're like, this didn't do anything for the flavor. It was
Oh, okay.
you were just pretty sure that's what you said. You're just like,
Still an
it's a
awesome
cool
visual.
visual, but it didn't really do anything flavor wise. Um, just melted your ice a little, maybe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like my ice melted.
I like my ice like I like my drinks, full of
Hard?
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. Hard seemed okay. Ice is hard.
Yeah, well,
You
that's
like
good.
your drinks hard?
Yeah,
That seems okay.
that's
It's not
legit.
even inappropriate. And I
No,
use the word hard,
I'm
so
proud
yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
You just grew 3 points today.
And there you go. My heart grew 3 sizes
Yeah,
that day.
call you the Grinch. We'll make some holiday cocktails sometime.
Santa Claus show on Disney Plus starring fucking Tim Allen. It's not
And,
even new.
no,
It's gonna be called the Santa Claus like Chronicles or something. It's gonna be episodes on Disney Plus.
really? And
Yeah,
it's like him
yeah.
getting rid of he's no longer going to be Santa
I don't know.
Claus.
The picture is him as Santa. I don't know. I don't know where it goes.
Interesting.
I like Tim Allen as Santa.
remember the third one being kind of
Yeah.
with Martin Short as Jack Frost.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just grabbing money now,
The,
guys.
the first one tugged at my
Loved
heartstrings
the first
because I
one.
was a single dad, and so was he in that movie at the
Yeah,
time, way back then. So it tugged at my heartstrings. So it's still one of those things I watch every year, at least once.
just gonna eat a blackberry because delicious. Just
Absolutely.
get that blackberry
Eat some
flavor.
blackberry shit.
Very, mhm, mhm. Yeah, that's good blackberry right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So,
Oh my God.
but yeah, so that's the two cocktails that we prepared for you.
We only made two?
We only made two.
Well, it's gonna take you a half hour for each one. Like if you had to, you were like, I was preparing this since 1994. Like it's
So I apologize that we lost the audio on this and that you have to listen to it in a director's cut
it might
format.
be funnier with us too. Well, we were probably half
We were half
crocked.
cocked at that point. But both the cocktails very good. Again, the recipes if I can remember, put them in the episode description so you have them
Oh,
there.
nice. That's cool. Yeah,
Um,
you can do that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I can
cool.
write whatever I want. I can put fuddy puddy puddy puddy
Oh well,
if I wanted to,
that
but
does not sound tasty
it's
like a good
not.
cocktail at all.
I don't know
Like
what
I
that
don't
means.
know, but if you come up with a fuddy puddy puddy puddy, I'll drink it. Like we'll try
I'll
it.
put the whole little spiel
Only if
from
you smoke it.
Ace Ventura when nature calls that he says to the chief. Where he goes, "Lib lib wop, chum 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 chum, woo, hey." And then the
I
chief says he does not understand the dialect in which you are speaking.
I can't.
Tell the chief I'll find his sacred at.
I oh my God. I oh my Jim Carrey.
I could put the entire, I could, from memory, I could put the entire dialogue of Ace Ventura when nature calls.
And I could do the dialogue he does in Me, Myself, and Irene
Oh my
when
goodness.
he's playing those characters, and he's like, they're like, what are you? What medicines do you need? And he's like, advanced delusionary schizophrenia with involuntary narcissistic rage. Like, yeah,
There's a lot very quickly. And that's all that was left of the syrup
I miss Jim
after
Carrey
two
being
days.
funny. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I think he's going to retire, or he did retire. I'm not sure.
he just kind of went off the deep end though a little bit too. He's
Well,
getting weird. He's got
that was McCarthy. She got in his brain. But all right,
he's
well,
gotten a lot of our brains.
that's basically all I got for you as far as these cocktails. So we'll end it right about there. So I'm Neat,
I'm Rock.
and this has been a very special cocktail episode of
The
the Bourbon
Bourbon
Barrel.
Barrel.